4F, good morning. I noticed that there were quite a few students who were doing some brilliant on-task work with our placing fractions on a number line activity yesterday. But I also noticed quite a few of us were making the mistake of, for example, thinking that 1/4 was bigger than a half. Now, I think this is happening because students are only looking at that denominator number here and saying, well, 4 is a bigger number than 2, therefore 1/4 must be bigger than a half. But we know that fractions work a little bit differently to whole numbers, don't we? And we're going to explore this further in this video and build on our learning during the week.
Now let's take our activity from yesterday where we had to place 1/4, 1/3, 1/2 and 1/5 on a number line, remembering that our number line was representing a whole. And students were getting confused because they were saying 1/4 was bigger than 1/2 because 4 is bigger than 2, and vice versa with 1/5. They were saying that was the biggest one as well. Now, it's important that we look at the role that the denominator and the numerator play. So our denominator shows us how many equal parts the whole is divided into. So in 1/4, we're dividing a whole into 4. The numerator is showing us how many equal parts we have. So here I have my whole. This is one whole. This rectangle represents one whole. And the denominator is telling us that we need 4 equal parts. So I'm going to use my tiles and place 4 equal parts on my whole. The numerator shows us how many equal parts we have, and we have 1. So here we have 1/4. Let's have a look at a half. The denominator is showing us that we have 2 equal parts. So I'm going to use my tiles and place them on top of here. Yep, that's 2 equal parts. And we have the numerator showing us how many equal parts we have, and that's 1. Now, if we compare these two together, 1/4 and 1/2, we can easily see that 1/4 is smaller than a half. We need to make the connection that the larger the denominator, the more pieces it's going to take to make up a whole. So 1/4 smaller than 1/2.
Fractions are tricky, and so we're going to be doing a lot of practice in the classroom. We're going to be cutting up different shapes to compare the different fractions. We're also, later on, we're going to be making our own fraction strips and also using these fraction tiles to help us order and compare our fractions. Keep up the great work, 4F.